Hi everybody and welcome to today's American Truck live stream. It's a bit of a mega stream, so I'll keep it going as long as I can. I am aiming for 3 to 4 hours. I'd like you all to meet Hektor. Hektor is my Peterbilt 579 specialised transport truck. It's in plain Arctic white with plastic bumpers. But we'll be hauling a metric arse ton of specialised trailers all over American Truck Simulator. And the first job I've taken is going to Alexandria in Louisiana. It's worth $35,000. And it's not an ordinary load, it is doubles. I did think about triples and quads. So here we are in Butte, and there she is with double trailers on. It says road train, it's not a road train. These are the Australian dump truck trailers. So let's start her up. She is very powerful. Just bear with me a second, because I need to turn the music up a bit. Hey up Robbie, hey up Jazz, how are we doing? Lovely to see you all. So I am now really pushing myself, both in terms of what the profile is capable of and my own driving abilities. I am going to try and drive as immersive as possible. So the first task is to get the hell out of here, and then we're going to go all the way down to Alexandria in Louisiana. So it's a hell of a long drive. There you go. So it's going to be a mixture of SCS content and of course coast to coast content. I'm not 100% happy with the suspension at the minute, but nevertheless we are going to have a crack at it, and it's going to be one hell of a drive, that I can guarantee you. I doubt you. Oh, I must stop doing that. I keep trying to sort the mouse out actually. I doubt you'll see this sort of content anywhere else on the YouTube, but nevertheless I'll do my best. I don't even know if I'm going to make it out of here with having doubles on the back, but it's certainly going to be special if nothing else. Let me just check the chat. Once they get going. Hey up Dave, how you diddly doing? Nice to see you. So I'm really trying to push myself in terms of the quality and the type of content, and rather than having a super duper tarted up truck, I thought it'd be so nice to just go for a plain workhorse of a truck. So I went for the 579 primarily because of Ali Knight, who used to be a real life trucker, Ali Knight, part of the Knight Transport Group, and she had an all black Peterbilt called Lazarus. I don't even know if I'm going to get out of it. So I decided I'd make an all white one called Hektor. Yeah, we're struggling. So we've got £158,000 of earth on the back, just in case you wondered why we were struggling, and we've got to try and get out of this huge awesome quarry in, I don't know if it's called Butte or whether it's Butt. Can't imagine it would be, hey, where do you come from? Oh, I'm from Butt. But needless to say, she has got an incredibly powerful engine and transmission in her. she should be able to pull your grandmother off the settee, you know, that sort of strength. But having never been here before, and we are on a 6x4, but with £158 or £153,000 on the back, you can bet your arse it's going to make them back drive wheels spin like a mother trucker. The question is, can I actually get it out of here without falling off the edge and killing myself? So I guess I could have made a whole episode just on me getting out the quarry. Just saying, could have done. And I'm not very good with the camera, which speaks for itself, but nevertheless, let's go and let's try and make our way out of this place and get on our way to Louisiana. I have got full immersion on, so we do need to sleep. We've got 153 hours to do the job. It's a 27-hour job, so we've got plenty of time for parking up and sleeping. Good luck anybody that wants to try and pinch £153,000 of earth. Best of luck with that. So yeah, so kind of a tribute in a way to Ali Knight, who no longer makes YouTube content, but her YouTube page is still up, and she drove a real jet black Peterbilt 579 sleeper cab called Lazarus, and I kind of got the idea I'd call mine Hektor, after Prince Hektor of Troy, of course. Just a shame that Prince Hektor didn't wear white armour. As we all know, Achilles wore black. Anyway, it's what it is. But I've been really looking forward to this, and I want to try and do longer streams on American Truck on a regular basis. So rather than just doing an hour, which doesn't really give people time to realise that the stream's live and join in. So if it can make these streams 3 or 4 hours, then mightily bored you'll all be. But hopefully it'll give everybody a chance to pop in and see some pretty darn cool content. Now, I am back on version 137 because I cannot get satisfaction that I want out of 155. But I've tried to make this as good as I possibly can. I've invested hours and hours and hours on config files, mods, reshade, tweaks, settings, and it is being ran on the microshaft windblows, again, which I've spent a lot of time tweaking and altering the settings and making sure that the NVIDIA graphics card has the most possible power that it can have. And as I say, I'm very, very happy with the final results. I don't need headlights on, do I? I probably should have beacons on though. I can't remember. I think it's O, isn't it, for beacons? Yeah, we'll put the beacons on. And in this gaming PC rig, well, look, although it's an AMD4 platform with an older Ryzen 5 1600 AF chip in it, it has got an NVIDIA RTX 3050. It does have all SSDs, and it does have 32 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. So I'm hoping we've got stacks of resources. Now, I have issued the command under Steam for ATS to use all cores, all threads. Now here's the thing, back in the day on 137 it only used a single core, so it really was totally dependent on you having a decent i7 processor. but with me having a Ryzen 5 1600AF, which is 6 core 12 thread, I felt it was such a waste to only try and use one core, and it thoroughly degraded the game's performance while it was at it. I don't know if we can put the thingy on. No, we're going to get dragged backwards. So nice try, Ebeez. Okay, so look, we can sort this out. Not the way you lot wanted, but anyway, this is a soft gravel road with £153,000 on the back. What on earth do we expect? We tried. I'm just hoping that, wow, this is one hell of a quarry entry exit, isn't it? Breathtaking. It's in Butte, and I mean, we'd have never got up here with £153,000 on the back. And then we turn to road. So let's put her down and hope we do it right. Well, almost right. I'm hoping the wheels won't spin on the tarmac. Wow. I'm just saying, now that's breathtaking, is it not? That is absolutely breathtaking. I've also tweaked and adjusted all the braking settings so it won't just stop on a dime. Wow. That is just stunning. Breathtaking. If any of you want to know where it is, I can't see us. It's just here in Butte. There it is. It's coastline mining and it's stunning. Maybe you lot have seen it before, but it's new to me. Just saying. I got myself a mini PC and I must say it's impressive. Good for you, Dave. You should try it in real life, Ebeez. No thanks, I'm happy to be a simulation driver. Hey up, Dobby. How you doing? I'll also do my best to make my Mirko Abley live streams 3 to 4 hours. I want to try and kind of make it carte blanche across the board, as I say, to try and give people enough chance to not only find the stream but also enjoy it. Cripes, you got £153,000 pushing you. You know about it, just saying. Hopefully the sound's okay, you can hear the music without it drowned in the game sound out, and oh my lord, and hopefully the quality of the video is good enough for you as well. I'm literally standing on the brakes and it's almost refusing to slow down. Maybe I've overdone it a tad on the breakage, not sure. But this thing really does not want to stop for anything. I don't think I've ever tried to haul £153,000 of stuff before. Just bear with me a second, I'm going to turn the music down a little bit because I think I upped it slightly too much. There we go. Let me know in the chat if it's no good. Thank you, Dave. So yeah, this is me signalling that I'm getting a little bit better from the stroke and I'm getting a little bit more serious about streaming again. And rather than trying to stream everything, I'm going to do my best to limit it to American truck warframe and warships, of course. We'll see how we get on. I mean, 30 mile an hour downhill. It's not going to be doing 50 mile an hour uphill down Dale. That's for sure. Our beautiful Hektor. And I have no doubt that he is a warrior. but as I say, with £153,000 on the back, and some of these roads are brutal, even though it's only coast to coast and Canada Dream and the SCS maps, it's still pretty darn brutal and challenging. Now, as of this point, I haven't even thought about sleeps, so I've no idea where we're going to get our Uncle Ned down when the time comes. At the minute, we don't need to worry too much about it. I went for the white steering wheel because I thought it matched the truck, and I added the Peterbilt decal logo in the middle. I don't think we're going to get much more than 35 mile an hour out of this, you know. This is going to be one hell of a drive. So we've got 26 hours left to destination. That's in game 26 hours, of course. So 3 to 4 hour stream should cover it with consummate ease, I'm guessing. But if we got to sit at 35 mile an hour, I would be happier at 45 to 50. And downhill, I'm guessing we can do 50 with ease. I don't know how well the cruise is going to work. Okay, so now we've locked the cruise on at 50. I'm guessing £153,000 doesn't give a shiny one about the cruise, and I'm guessing it's going to push us like a mother trucker. But I think if we choose 50, that should give us a nice little buffer, which will hopefully allow us. Look at that! I think that's fantastic. They are our own trailers. I've bought them, we own them, I've customised them. We've got matching rims for both tractor and the trailer. And again, I think it looks really clean, smart and polished without looking like a fucking Christmas tree. Which a lot of these streamers do. But of course, my single biggest aim on this budget entry-level hardware is to bring you a real pleasant streamed experience, not a whole bunch of stuttering and micro freezing. So again, let's just have a look at the journey we're about to partake. So I don't even know what that says. Bossman, I don't know, no idea. Billings and then hard right, and we're going to head on down to the gorgeous Louisiana. Y'all come back now, you hear? It's that Colorado Springs will go by that, and it does look like there's a Kenworth dealer there. Not really in the mood for getting dealers, but I'm heartily in the mood for doing hauling. Is this the way to Amarillo? So we're going to go right through the centre of Amarillo, onto Childress, down to Wichita Falls. I can't even pronounce that. And then we're going to make our way across to Shreveport and turn right just before Shreveport and head on down to Alexandria here. At least we've got the rail port as the destination, so at least we won't have any of the shenanigans. Wait till it gets the EB sweaty palm stain. Oh, it's going to happen. Hey up, Logan, nice to see you. So yeah, that's the aim and aspiration. Why is it such a big aim and such a big aspiration? Well, because as you know, 18 months ago I suffered a major full-on stroke, cerebellum stroke, which absolutely wrecked my left eye, and it's left me with, I'm pretty much fully recovered now, apart from I still walk like Frankenstein because my eye and my balance is wrecked. but it's left me with an affliction, and that affliction is tiredness. And it's something that I've really struggled with in real life. You see, it's not like I've been digging house footings for 8 hours. You know, it's not like I've been doing a heavy manual labour job where you could understand it. I don't have to do anything. I can just literally sit here, watch YouTube or Twitch, and lose 4 hours out of my day because I went fast asleep. By the way, I think the game looks fantastic. I don't know what you think. For back on 137, I've worked and tried very, very hard to get the colour balance right, the tint right, the saturation right. I digress. So anyway, for me to do a 3 or 4 hour stream is a massive challenge to stay awake, and it's one that I welcome with open arms, because if I can nail it today, then my other games, Warframe, Warships, Trucking, they will all benefit from 3 to 4 hour live streams, which I think is a nice time length to do. The question is whether the hell I can stay awake long enough to complete said streams. Now, the other reason I really want to do it is to push myself and to push through the fatigue, because I'm a great believer that you've really got to not give in to anything, and everything I do in life since my stroke, I push myself beyond my own limits in order to achieve it, because I think that's the only way you progress. I think if you stand still is the quickest way or the quickest path to regression, and before you know where you are, you haven't got the energy to get out of bed, and the next thing you know, you're dead. So it's uncomfortable, sometimes it's painful, but I think you've got to push through it, give yourself a good thorough kick in the arse. I thank God that I'm still alive, I'm not bedridden, I can still talk, and I can still enjoy my computer, which apart from a very, very good friend, is the only thing that's kept me going, because my computer is not only my entertainment and gaming centre, it's also my window into the internet world, to you lot. And apart from a very, very special friend and you lot, I've got to be honest, there's very little that's kept me going, let alone allowed me to progress from being utterly bedridden and incapable of walking to the stage that I'm at today, where, you know, I'm pretty much self-sufficient. Sure, I'll walk like Frankenstein, but then I always used to look like Frankenstein. So to me, it's not such a downside. So yeah, that's the stage that we're at. Just bear with me. I'll keep checking the chat because I'm only on a single monitor. Looks exceptional, EB. I believe that if you slow down, you go down. That's a great shout, Dave. So yeah, I mean, I think it's so important after suffering a stroke or any medical issue or ailment, that, you know, you never ever say to yourself no, or I can't be bothered, because I think that is such a slippery, dangerous road to go down. You know, before you know where you are, you're bedridden. Before you know where you are, well, you can't go to the toilet, you're having to have bedpans, and before you know where you are, you got carers coming in washing you because, you know, it's just a little bit too tough, you can't wash yourself. Bullshit. Push through it, get off your arse, go and get it done, and not only will you be a better person for it, you will free up those resources for someone who genuinely needs them, which to me is really important. That's why when I started to relearn to walk after my stroke, I had 3 big butch burly nurses behind me, all with a handful of the back of my shorts, by the way. I had the wedgie of all wedges. But do you know what? Them little sweethearts, they got me back on my feet and helped me to walk again. And it was painful, and it was difficult, and it was tiring. Do you know what? You just got to push through it. You just got to say, do you know what? Fuck it. I've got to do this. Because like I say, if you're not careful, you go down the road of, well, I can't wash myself, can't feed myself, feel a bit sorry for myself, and that's not a good, never going to be a good outcome. You've really got to push yourself, and yes, even today I still have some numbness, funnily enough on the opposite side, down the right side. I do have some days terrible pains in my right leg, although the doctors assure me that's a byproduct of statins. You know, you just got to push through it. You know, I try and go for a good walk every day. Do I want to? Hell no. Is it painful? Hell yes. Do I push myself through it and force myself to do it, whether it's sunshine or pissing down a rain? Oh yes. Because I think it's the least you can do to repay the nurses and the doctors and everybody else who had a little bit of faith in you, just because they're not here anymore and not directly supervising you. The worst thing you can do is disrespect them by saying, do you know what, fuck it, nobody's bothered. You have to be bothered about you. And anyway, I don't want to turn this into a preach session, so that's where I'm coming from. So these 3 to 4 hour live streams for me personally are going to be challenging, to say the least, but nevertheless they should be bloody enjoyable. And the big massive upside is I get to enjoy the pants out of you guys and girls, and I get that everybody can't stay for 3 to 4 hours and you've all got real life stuff and other shit to do. I get it, but I'm just hoping that, as I say, I hope a 3 to 4 hour live stream will give enough people the chance to pop in and out and say hi. And I'm hoping also that the 3 to 4 hour live streams will also be a nice time length to showcase just what 137 does have to offer, and that it's still a really interesting, relaxing and viable version of the game. Wow, gross weight is £246,000. There's my beautiful dump trailers. I don't know whether these are belly dump, side dump, I don't know what the hell they are. I'm not an American or an Australian for that matter, but nevertheless they are goddamn fantastic. So come on, Hektor. Hektor could, as I say, could pull your grandma off the settee when she's fast asleep. Don't you worry about that. This is Coast to Coast Canada Dream, Pasmod, and I think Route 95 redone, and one other map mod along with the SCS content. So hopefully it will present you all with an acceptable quality, both visually and audio. I'll keep tweaking the audio until I get it right, and then like this profile, I'll leave it the hell alone. I have put together quite a nice collection of 137 trailers and cargoes for us to experience. Everything from, you know, 4 trailer road trains which the map's never going to cope with. Right the way through to B-train tankers, side dumps, belly dumps, mixed cargo loads, military cargo loads, you name it, we've got it all. It's not going to be visually as good quality as 155, but as this is not a photorealistic representation of the United States and Canada, I figured that really didn't matter. It's not like we're using Google Maps. So there you go. Anyway, enough of me harping on. You turned 71 and not ready for the yeah, oh, too right, Dave, too right. I always thought your driver streams were always real. Oh, bless you. Well, as long as everybody enjoys them, and as long as everybody realises that I'm trying to bring you, if you like, pro streamer quality whilst being anything bar pro. And I think, you know, that's a nice goal for me to aim to. If I can produce a stream that you say, do you know what, I've watched a lot of streams, there's not many that are smoother and look as good, even though it's only 720p. I get that, and I could do 1080p, but I think the PC is very, very happy at 720p. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's as simple as that. Right, let's get on. Let's get this little old load delivered. And I think 3 to 4 hours will also be a great test on the hardware as well. Is the hardware capable of not only playing but live streaming, because I'm doing this all on a single PC. So I think that'll be a nice little test for the hardware as well. 50 mile an hour, I'll take that every day of the week. And I'll do my best to make these live streams as enjoyable for you all and as varied as I can. So hopefully you look forward to them rather than Ebeez live streaming, let's see what shite he's up to today. So I am trying to give you variety, but tempered with consistency as well. Funnily enough, the best time to stream, I can't stream because I'm working, which is weekends, so Fridays and Saturdays are definitely out, although I can do morning streams. Sundays, well, I might be able to do a cheeky Sunday tea time stream. It just depends how tired I am, because Sundays is my longest shift, definitely. You better yield, big boy, otherwise your Mustang ain't going to be making it, I'm just saying. And as I say, I have got full immersion on, so we have got fatigue on, we have got fines and crashes on, so you know, for us to do perfect simulator deliveries is not as straightforward as it sounds. And you know, I will get to try backing up dolly trailers and all sorts of shenanigans, don't you worry about that, and try and keep it as immersive as we possibly can. I really needed to hit this about 50, you know, because we're going to bleed speed like a mother trucker with £150,000 on the back, but nevertheless we'll get through it. I'm guessing the tyres after this journey, both on the trailer and especially on the truck, are going to be wrecked and need replacing. So kind of the inspiration is the Australian road trains, but as you all know, I absolutely love American Truck Simulator to bits, and I figured this would be kind of my go-to swan song build, because I don't know how long I've got left. I could have 20 years, I could have 2 weeks, and you just never know what Joe Black's got planned for you. And I certainly don't worry about it, so I'm just going to enjoy the pants out of it, and do as much of it as I possibly can. Okay, I'm going to have to ride some Jake brake here, or we're going to come down here at 70 mile an hour with our asses on fire, just saying. 50, I'll take 50. All day long, uphill, down dale. I think I've got something like a 735 brake Cat C3406E, coupled with, I think it's a 7-speed box, and it's definitely geared up for torque and pulling weight. It's not geared up for speed. So it is designed, you know, to pull super heavy weights from one end of the States to the other. It's not designed to pull them at blazingly fast speeds, hence why I like to try and sit at 50. I think that's a good speed to sit at, certainly on freeways, with £150,000 plus on your rear. So yeah, so anyway, that's the aim. We'll see how we get on. Hey up Beck, how you diddly doing? I enjoy watching your streams. Yeah, you got to keep pushing through it, Jazz. Never ever give in to it or give up. And rather than feeling sorry for yourself and, you know, I've got this ailment, I've got that pain, try and change your frame of mind to, oh my god, I'm so lucky compared to some people to even be alive. So I almost feel, and this is just personally, this is not a reflection of any of you, I always feel personally that I have a duty to respect both the people who saved my life and then encouraged me to get better, and God himself, because whether you're religious or not, you know, at some stage you are going to meet your maker, whatever that maker, whatever form that maker resides in. And I certainly sure as hell don't want to stand there and say, do you know what, I gave up, I couldn't be bothered. I want to stand there with my head held high and say, you know, I did my best. I gave it 100%, and if that 100% wasn't good enough, then do you know what, it wasn't good enough, but god damn, I tried. And that's the sort of person that I want to go out as. I don't want to be remembered for being a sorry for myself, self-centered little shit, who moaned, whined and bitched at everything. It was everybody else's fault, never my own fault. And I just think we all owe it to ourselves to take that attitude. And it's not easy, Jazz, it really isn't. I mean, sometimes it would be so easy to just give in, call it a day and say, do you know what, I just can't be arsed. CBA, can't be arsed. But you have got to be arsed, you've got to push through it. And as I say, it's painful, it's difficult, it's tiring, it's exhausting. But my God, you got to do it. You got to do it. And if you don't respect yourself and respect others, how the hell are you ever going to expect anybody else to? Just saying. Just my 5 cents worth for what it's worth. And as I say, I've now come out the other side where I'm really starting to enjoy my live streaming again. As I say, apart from one very special person in my life and the PC, and in that order, the PC has really kept me going, along with, and I think, you know, you need special people in your life, because they make such a difference to you, and it can be a friend, it can be a relative, it can be a lover, it can be a partner, it can be your wife, but you need that special person in your life, and that special person won't do this deliberately, they will just do it naturally. They will pull you up and make you reassess what you're thinking or feeling, and I think without that you're on a slippery slope to almost self-condemnation, if you like, you know, to the point where I can't do this. I know this special person in my life, if I said to her, I can't get on a train, I'm too tired, she'd be like, oh, that's pathetic, get your arse on the train, and you'd push through it and do it. Funnily enough, not for her, but for yourself, to prove her wrong. And I think it's so important to have somebody there that pushes you. I also think it's so important to have somebody there who's got your back. You know, just somebody who genuinely cares. They're not doing it for money or what they can get out of it. They're doing it because they care, and I think that's wonderful. And I think that people who don't have that, I think it's a shame and very sad. I think I've put my headlights on there, and it won't go into drive-by mode for some reason. Yeah, we've got our headlights on, and we need them on because the sun's going down. Wow, that is arguably the best ever rig that I've put together. Sorry about the interruptions, but I've got to chat the chat from a different perspective photography. That ATS gameplay is looking wonderful on Windows. Thank you very much indeed, kind sir, that's very kind of you. You're on the last job of the day. Well done you, Beck. It's been a long day for you. Every day I wake up and see the sunshine, I figure the good Lord gave me another gift. He certainly did, and it's a gift that you shouldn't take for granted and you shouldn't disrespect. And as I say, I'm not going to try and push any religion down anybody's throat, because that's just not me. My religion to me is very personal and very private, but you know, again, I think it's another tool in the kit bag that can help you on your journey to, I'm not going to say recovery, because I'm not the same person post-stroke, after my stroke, that I was before the stroke, for sure. I'd like to think I'm a lot more determined version of myself, whereas I used to think, oh, do you know what, I can't be arsed. Now I will literally put myself through the pain to achieve it. Wow. No, it doesn't want to go to external for whatever reason. Wow, I think that looks fantastic. I know the graphics ain't amazingly realistic. It's not meant to be. It's, you know, it's a representation. And considering we're on coast to coast content, we're not even on SCS content. But again, and I do say this rather smugly, you know, we can drive to Louisiana, or a version of it. If you're an SCS fanboy that only has SCS map DLCs, well, sucks to be you, because you know what? You can't, because Louisiana DLC isn't out yet. And I've got all SCS DLCs, I do support the company. I've got them all. But actually running this version of the game, I only have access to about 5 of them. But do you know what? It's so worth it, because I find this version of the game so pleasurable to drive. I really do. And I think, look, at the end of the day, the live streams / videos will stand up and speak for themselves. You know, if the quality is what I think it is, people will not only watch it, they'll enjoy it. And I just want to make it crystal clear, this channel never will be monetized. It's 100% free. I'm not trying to make a living out of this. I do this purely A, for pleasure, and B, to try and hang out with you guys and girls, you know, and bring a little bit of variety and spice into my life, which you lot do in spades. And my way of thanking you is to try and produce pro streamer quality content at free newbie streamer standards, if you know what I mean. You know, I haven't got a £5 PC. I've got a budget entry level AMD4 PC, which I think makes these sort of streams all the more amazing. Yeah, I've put an awful lot of man hours into modding and tweaking and configuring, but surely that's half the fun. Surely that's half the pleasure. And there's nothing like somebody saying, oh, EB, you can't, to make me just smash right through that and prove that you can. And as I say, if I can produce this sort of quality on my budget hardware, then there's hope for every other streamer out there. You know, if you have a £5 PC and a hardware stream deck or stream card, life's great. If you've got a budget entry level PC like me and just the one, and you want to do it all, play it and stream it, you got to pay a bit of attention to it, I'm just saying. Why the bob and weave through the lanes like that, I don't know. They do that in real life as well. You get an overhead gantry board that says congestion, stay in lane, and what's the first thing everybody does? Change fucking lane. Just stay in the fucking lane. Stop bob and weaving, some bitch. But they don't. So it's starting to become evening now, and we need to start and think about where we're going to take our first sleep stop. And lo and behold, look what's turned up here. I don't know if this is a coast to coast thing, or whether it's an SCS thing, but sometimes I struggle, really struggle, to drop a marker pin on there. Oh well, never mind. Add new avoid location. Well, I don't want to avoid, I want to include, and it's just not. I don't know if this is an early coast to coast map issue. Okay, so we know that the next major rest stop is where we need to stop, refuel, get our heads down, get us 8 hours sleeping, and it's the perfect time to do it. It's 8:46 PM in game time, so that for me is the perfect time to get your head down before we proceed on to the gorgeous Louisiana. And when we get to said stop, I'll check the chat, but we do need to get a bit of progression. And it is a bit of an oxymoron situation. I'm an Englishman that lives in England, so by default I should be playing Euro Truck Simulator 2, fully pro modded up and enjoying the pants out of it. But I've said this many times, I genuinely believe that American Truck Simulator is the better of the two games. I love the trucks, I love the vastness of the United States of America and Canada. You know, I love how you can leave an urban built up area and literally within 10-15 minutes be in the middle of nowhere, or as Michael would call it, the boonies. Absolute, and just never see a soul. You know, I absolutely love it to bits, and I find it more interesting and a lot more captivating than Euro Truck Simulator 2, which I know is by far the most popular of the two games. It's also the most mature, having come out in 2012. American Truck was 2015. And it's also, by and large, freeware. So most of the mods are free, whereas on American Truck most of the best mods are payware. And again, look, it's not necessary to go spending money. I have put the sky in just for Beck, so we've got the beautiful space sky at night for all the night drives with the planets and the Borealis and the stars and all that sort of stuff. Yes, I know it's not realistic, but as I did say earlier, it's not meant to be realistic. It's meant to be captivating and it's meant to be immersive. And I think with my previous experience of doing builds and configs and tweaks and God knows what, I think we're at a place where we've pretty much got it nailed now. Okay, so I don't know if we can fuel up and then park up, or if we've fueled up, we've shit it. I'm hoping we can fuel up and then park up, because I do want to keep on top of the fuel situation for sure. Keep that little old tank topped up. Now this time I haven't put the sound fixes pack in, because I've tried to keep the mods to an absolute minimum. I say minimum. Yeah, right. But I think this build is just terrific, I really do. And I get all those people who play vanilla with no mods, I get it. But for me, this build is just too good not to play. I think we're lucky that we can still park up, which is great, because we do need to get a head down. I think that sky looks fantastic, although it's incredibly unrealistic. As I say, it's not meant to be realistic. It's what it is. Looks like we've come in the out. Doesn't matter as long as we can park up, and hopefully when we've parked it will go ding. We'll see. Hopefully it'll ding up for us and let us have a sleep. You are getting tired, you should find a place to park. That's what we're trying to do. Slack on. And it didn't go E, did it? Shit. And it does tend to do this quite a bit in coast to coast, whereby you think it's fine. No, it's not fine. So hang on, let me just have a look where it says the P is. It's along the back, that's why. Shite. So it depends what it calls along the back. So we're now in a spot of soap bubble. I don't know if we can get this round. Having heavy doubles on the back isn't fun for slinging around parking lots. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so where the hell is this parking? It says it's over the back, so it must be one of these here. So I'm going to turn round and reapproach one of them slots. You are getting tired, you should rest. Yeah, well, know that. That logging trailer isn't helping, so I'm going to take some extra room. I have got the beacons on, and we'll try and swing this little this little porcupine round right here, because I think we've got the most room to do that. I don't know what the turn-in circle of this 579 is, but I'm guessing it's going to be pretty darn good. And with these trailers being dolly trailers, I think, yeah, we can get away with it with them being dollies. Where they're rigids would be in serious soap bubble. Oh, there's a drive-through here. So I think what I'm going to do, actually, is I'm going to cheat a bit here. Good luck anybody that wants to nick £153,000 of trailer off the back. Now I'm sure a real driver in real life would dream of doing this, but I'm not a real driver, I'm a simulation driver, so I can get away with it. Parking brake engaged, really? There we go, now we've got the E. Now we can switch off, take the beacons off and get a good kip. Whee! Oh, guess what? The trailer's still there. Nobody actually pinched it. Let's just check the chat. Good enough, that'll do. EB. Be right back home time. Yeah, no worries, Beck. I'm running this bargain basement Prime Day Mini and love it. Good for you, Dave. Jazz, can you game on NetBSD? Yes, you can do, but I would recommend that you install Google Chrome and use something like GeForce Now. You're showing your cheap side, EB. Dave, it never went away. As our David say, Ebeez, you cheap bastard. But of course I can't neither say it nor do it like our Dave does it. Okay, let's go re-hook these bad boys up and let's be on our merry way to Louisiana. We're going to have to do this a few times, I'm guessing, on this journey, and you know what, it's fine, because we are after immersion. Love this little Peterbilt 579, by the way. I say little. She's definitely got some oomph in her. I would love a 6mm or an 8x4 chassis, because I think that would make life so much easier in terms of pulling super heavy weights, but it would also mean that we could have got out of that quarry under our own steam, which we were unable to.
Please proceed to
but I really do feel that this is a I really do feel that this is a, I don't know how to phrase it, new dawning of me doing live streams. I really do, and I think it's a radical departure from the old way of doing stuff, and I think with American Truck Simulator I found my personal calling. It's absolute pleasure, it really is, and there's not many I would rate above me as a streamer stroke content maker with regards to American Truck and with regards to the quality that I'm able to produce for you guys and girls, but there are a few who are a country mile above me. Goggles 56, aka Danny's one of them. I think he's terrific, and there are quite a few others who I'm really impressed with. Having said that, there's also a metric arse ton of people whom I, try to watch their streams and it's just a jerky mess, and I can't, it's just unwatchable, and I'd be mortified if you lot sat down and said to me, do you know what, Ebeez, your stream's terrible, it's just unwatchable. The visual quality is shite, the audio sucks. I'll be mortified, having put so many hours of tweaking and configuring and setting up into this game. And getting now to where we are at this moment in time. And I think it's quite nice that we don't need mod trucks. We can just use Hektor. You know, if we want a Peterbilt 389 or a Kenworth W900, we can just go and get one. If we want a Mac Anthem or an International Lone Star, we can just go and get one, it's no biggie. But I think I'd like to try and stay with Hektor, the 579, and put millions of miles on the clock. Nothing would make me happier. Because I think it's the one freedom and luxury that we enjoy that your top streamers cannot, will never enjoy, because you know, John Ruder and Pista and all them sorts of people give these streamers their mods for free. They then feel obliged to use them all the while. And I think Dan, aka Goggles 56, does a great job of cycling through the trucks, but I don't know, you kind of never get to form a bond with a truck that way, because you're always using so many different trucks. They're just trucks, aren't they? At the end of the day, they've not got their own character and their own purpose. They're just objects almost, do you know what I mean? Because I'm hoping to forge a real super bond with Hektor, both between me and Hektor and between you lot and Hektor. And if I can get to this stage where at some stage in the future somebody in the chat start, you know, maybe time you started thinking about changing your truck, Ebeez, I've done my job. Nobody ever types that, then we've just not done a job. It's as simple as that. But I love this little 579. Full sleeps. Yeah, sure, it's not a Christmas tree on wheels. Who cares really? In real life, are the majority of hauliers driving around in Christmas trees on wheels? No. And I think in the US they're called or denominated show trucks anyway. I don't think... I could be wrong. I'm not an American. I don't really know, do I? But are you running a keyboard steering mod, Ebeez? Yes, I am, Dave. I've tried keyboard steering and make a complete nasty mess of it. Well, as you know, Dave, I've got both keyboard and steering wheel and pedals. But I actually love and am very proud of the fact that I'm a keyboard trucker. Again, the steering mod that I'm using was a freeware mod up to and including 1.54 of the game. Sorry, 1.53 of the game. When the game released version 1.54, the guy decided it was payware and decided to charge £3, you know, $5 for it. And at that point I thought, nah, I'm not. You know, I've given SCS enough money, which is quite right, because they're the developers. I'm just not handing out money to third-party fly-by-night people who could be here today, gone tomorrow. So again, that's another reason for me to lock down on a single version of the game, in that the mods never get broke. They never go out of being relevant. And I think without said mod, I have to be honest, I wouldn't be able to keyboard drive, because back on 137 the keyboard steering was just so horrendously bad. But as I say, with this modding, it feels realistic enough And the other thing that I've... Nice Arctic log trailer, dude. The other thing that I've really had to get my head around is immersive driving. You know, real truckers with a heavy weight on the back are not going at 80, 90 or 100 miles an hour to complete the delivery. Not happening. They're crawling along. You worry about that. And I think once you get into that mindset, the whole driving thing becomes so much easier. Because you're not taking 45 or 50 mile an hour bends at 70, 80 and 90 mile an hour and then wondering why your truck's tipping over or you're having head-on collisions. I also find this style of driving really relaxing and enjoyable, whilst at the same time I get for some of you it might be a little bit boring and repetitive. Oh, I'm really sorry. This is my style of driving and I'm really enjoying it. I'm loving it. And I'm loving the profile and I'm loving the truck and all the bits that we've got installed. And I know it sounds like I'm blowing sunshine up my own arse, and I'm not. But I think we're finally in a very good place to start and produce much longer live streams of American truck and let as many people as possible really enjoy them. Just bear with me while I check the chat. Welcome back, Bex, lovely. You tried this game and just crashed, not for me. I will stick to farming. Well, farming is another... Bexy feels safer in a two-storey high harvester. Yeah, or a mower. She likes a bit of mower. I think her latest thing is gathering chimpkin eggs. Correct, Dave. My lovely new Holland tractor. Yeah, absolutely, Beck. I would love to see Bexy in her harvester. That's a bit rude, Dave. You know, I'm just saying. Wouldn't we all? We'd love to see Bexy in a harvester. You just focus on the trucking, big boy. I mean, rude. How rude. We'd all like to see Bexy in a harvester. Not going to happen. Just trust me, I know. Maybe I'll add Farming Simulator to the roster. I just don't know if that would dilute the 3 current games too much. As I say, I do want to try and do American Truck Sim as the mainstream of the day, 3 to 4 hours. And then I'd like to do one another stream, either Warships, Warframe. I guess I could add farming. I think farming and trucking go together quite nicely, and I think the Warframing and the World of Warships go together quite nicely as well. So look, maybe I'll add a bit of Farm Simulator. Me and Beck do have our own farm and we love it to bits. Well, and I think it's the fact that you're not farming alone, you're playing with, you know, company and having a bit of banter and a great time, and I just think it makes such a difference to solo play, which I also love and enjoy, by the way, as in American Truck. But I do love playing with Beck a bit of Farming Simulator, because I think it just lifts the enjoyment to a whole new level that you just can't have if you're doing it solo. Just saying. So maybe I'll add the Farming Simulator and that'll be the 4 games, and I'll just stick to them. We'll just stream those. So Warframe, Farm Simulator and Warships will be on a daily rotation, and American Truck Simulator will be my main 3 to 4 hour live stream. I also think I'm going to make the main American Truck Simulator stream actually not a daily, but every other day. Because I think people as much as they want fresh content, I think it's nice to have a break from the content as well. So maybe every other day I'll live stream 3 to 4 hours of American Truck and nice trailer dude, and one other game live streamed as well. Let me just check on our progress because I'm chopsing our way to you lot here. So where are we on our way down to? Cheyenne, around the outskirts of Cheyenne to Denver, and then Colorado Springs. This is one hell of a journey. Then down to Raton, hard left at Raton, and then on to Clayton. Dalhart, is that? Dallet. Through Amarillo, right at Amarillo, down to Childress, onto Wichita Falls. Cheese and the freaking rice. I can't see what that name is. Through Dallas. Jesus Christ. Well, we might have to do this in a couple of streams. Maybe I was a bit ambitious. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll do our best. Just bear with me a second. Let me just see how long we've been live streaming. We've been going an hour and 12 minutes, so maybe we've got enough time. You love getting the eggs. Yeah, use our farm and I can help because I do all the work. Yeah, in your dreams, love. In your dreams. All you do is a bit of harvesting. Just saying, Dave, ignore that. She don't do all the work at all. She sits there in a short skirt and her harvester like tarty farty and pig him alone, and I do all the graft. And while I'm doing all the graft, she's going round gathering all the chimkin eggs. Yeah, don't fall for that load of jalopy. So I have set about one force break for a toilet visit and a coffee. I'm going to try and make it around the 2-hour mark to break the 4-hour stream. If it is, it might be 3 hours, we'll see. I might make it on the 1.5-hour mark actually. But nevertheless, we should make really good progress. How are we doing for damage? Hopefully there's no damage. Well, 1% on the truck and the trailer, I think that's normal. The load itself is undamaged, so that's quite good. And one of the things I think Coast to Coast Map Mod does really well is emphasise the vastness and the nothingness of the United States of America. As I say, in that you can be in a metropolis 1 minute and the absolute middle of freaking nowhere the next. And I think that's beautifully conveyed by Coast to Coast Map Mod. I really do. Great. Do enjoy, excuse me yawning. It's because already I'm getting tired, but I've got to push through it. And a cup of Melacano coffee will help destroy that issue, along with a bio break. But you know, I really do hope you guys and girls love these longer streams and enjoy them. If you don't, please do post underneath. Once these are made into videos, post your comments, your 10 cents worth. You know, if you've got ideas that you think I could make the streams better, don't be posting things like, you know, Ebeez, your stream would be so much better if you weren't in it. Cheyenne Disco, you know, sensible comments, please. And at some stage I'll try and replicate Jeff falling off his chair, and that is still the single funniest thing I've seen in many a long day. So if any of you have not seen it, check his video out on the channel. It's only a short 60-second video where he's in the middle of live streaming and his chair collapses underneath him. And it's kind of, the reason it's so funny to me personally is because in most of his live streams he gets his ass handed to him, and it was just so hilarious to see even his chair handing him his ass. It was just fantastic, and I think only Jeff could have pulled that off. And if you watch the video to its end in its entirety, you'll see at the end that Jeff's got a cheeky little look on his face as the realisation sets in that his chair's completely collapsed and busted. And he's now got to go and sort another chair out. It's just hilarious. It's brilliant. Absolutely. Just one of them little moments of magic. So now again, you see that it's coast to coast is absolutely nothing. So we're coming into Colorado, and suddenly it's changed from absolute nothing to, you know, forest type areas, which is still absolute nothing. But I think coast to coast does such a good job of conveying nothing whilst changing the scenery. And don't forget, this is a really old version of the map, so the newer versions will be even better than the one I'm using here, for sure. So that's only just blue, so I think we're going to be okay for a while. Yeah, 9 hours till we need to sleep, so we don't need to worry about a rest stop just yet. But we do, I guess, need to think about where are we going to get our heads down, because it is going to come round sooner or later. So I'm guessing Denver. And there's a garage there as well. So look, you see, I can't, it won't let me add a pin to the map, so I'm assuming that's a coast to coast thing with a third party map mod issue. Okay, so I think we'll kip down in Denver and then head on back on the journey, because there is a garage there that we can buy. And I have to say, my new fetish in American truck is buying garages. And we've got to spend them ill-gotten gains somehow, haven't we? Just saying. Just bear with me a second while I check the chat. You normally set off trucking. Well, that's not really true, is it? Oh my God, never laughed so hard. Poor Jeff. He tried to style it out. He did, and he failed miserably. But it's so worth watching just for the shits and gigs. It's so worth watching that. So we're coming up to the 1 hour 20 minute mark on the live stream. So far, so good. I've managed to stay awake. Hopefully I've not bored the arse out of you lot. I thought it was fantastic. I think we'll aim for a 3 hour stream, so on the hour and a half mark I'll have a bio break, go and make a coffee. So that will be your cue to go and get yourselves a drink and have a fag or chill out, whatever you want to do. Go and slip your hand up the missus's skirt and have a bit of pleasure. And you'll have a good, I'll try and make it a good 5-minute break. I won't make it much longer than that, but 5 minutes should be long enough to slip your hand down your wife's top or up your wife's skirt and make a coffee. If you don't smoke, well, if you smoke, go and have a fag instead. But either way, have a bit of pleasure. and I'll do my absolute best to announce and put on the YouTube the day that we get to see Beck in her combine. Wow, wouldn't that be a thing, just saying. Beck's Harvester, wow, that would be a thing. Let me just check the chat again quick. Not stop gabbing. Well, alright, I'll shut up a bit then, should I? I'll shut up a bit and give you all a break till the break from my dulcet tones. Enjoy. Oh! Music stopped, hang on. Well, we nearly got our knickers in a right twist there, didn't we? Anyway. We did have a crash offence, but then again, you know, this length of rig. I didn't use my indicator, but I did pull out, screw it. I'm guessing we didn't damage the trailer. 2% wear on the tractor and the trailer. 0% damage on the load, which is all that matters, as this is our owned trailer. We're in a bit of soap and bubble here, just saying. Well, you know, big boy, you can see that the lane's going to end, and I need to make sure that this is not where we need to get off, and it is. Okay, so I've got to hope there's nothing on the arse side of me. The question is, can I back this rig down enough to make it? I think we can. How are we doing for juice? Oh, stop, stop, stop! Had to use the handbrake there. Because we were never going to stop with this weight pushing us, that's for sure. The thing about this rig is once it's going, it ain't stopping. Just saying. Okay, we need to find this garage. Locate said garage in Denver and buy it up. Where is the garage? So it's straight up, turn right, turn left, and we're there. We can do that. Whatever you do, Mr. Range Rover, don't be slamming the brakes on because you'll stop and we can't. Just saying. If you want to come by me, do so now, because once I'm in late you got no freaking chance. I want to turn right here and then left. To go garage hunting. Stage before asleep I'll go have a bio break and make us a nice Melacano cup of to try and keep us going through this mega stream, as I would call it. So here we are in downtown Denver in Colorado. Coats this great big load. That's not good. 2% damage. What did I hit? Did I hit something? Must have hit something. That's a shitter. Still, we've got no damage on the load. So I'm guessing the garage is down here somewhere. If I've not driven by it. No, it's down here on the left. So we're in the wrong bloody lane, of course. There goes the cop. So whatever we hit, it didn't damage the load, so that's just fine. And I think coast to coast map looks terrific quality for what it is. I don't know if there's anything behind us, but we do need to swing. We're not going to be pulling this lot in here and turning it round unless we've got the swing right, although the rear trailer should follow the front trailer just fine. I know you're about to think I'm off my rocker, but it's the best way of doing it. Okay, so we've bought this garage. Thank you very much. We'll try and buy garages whenever we can as we start and get through and explore the profile. Just hoping that trailer doesn't go and catch on the entrance there. Because this is by far the best way of turning a super long load around. If you own your own garage, it just works. Whereas, you know, to try and turn it round on the forecourt, well, best of luck with that. And we are going to do a bit of night driving because I think Beck really enjoys a night sky, so why not? Let's just drop the trailer off and we'll go and get ourselves a bit of shut-eye. Really? Why am I struggling? Oh, look at that. I've a pot, yeah. I parked up right next to the bloody curb. So let's drop the trailer off. We can go and get our heads down and fill the bed up. And then I'll have a bio stroke coffee break. You can have whatever break you want. That's your business and none of my concern. Maybe at this stage, Dave, you can go and give Mrs. Dave a bit of flannel and make the girl a coffee, especially if she's enjoying the pants out of a World of Warcraft. Okay, let's turn them beacons off Let's turn that engine off and we'll let him get her head down. No, we won't yet. I'll go and have a bio break. So I'll be back in about 5 minutes. So now is a great time to go and get your stuff done. And I'll see you when I return. Cheers, everybody. Okay, and we're back. So I hope you've all had your bio breaks if they were needed, and I hope, like me, you've got yourself a really nice coffee, cup of tea, root beer, full beer, scotch and soda, whatever your pleasure is. Okay, so let's go and rehook up our trailers and resume a journey. But now we should have Bex's beautiful night skies. We're going to do a night drive now and enjoy the graphical quality of the game, really. I've just pulled right up inside the trailers, which I really don't want to do because we're not getting by the trailers that way. Should have switched to an external view, shouldn't I? I'm just hoping that we can rehook them back up. That's tight. I do like these trailers. I think they're gorgeous. I don't think I've seen too many other YouTubers or Twitch streamers. I've seen the Australian guy run with them before. And I think the Queb ones, the ones with the Queb livery, were quite popular back in the day, but I've certainly not seen anybody of late running these trailers, and I think they're beautiful trailers. They are available right the way up to 155, along with the Australian drop deck belly trailers. They're available free for everybody, which I've got those installed, and again you can road train them, which is really nice. The only problem with American truck is it's really not built for road trains. It's not like Australia, although I'm sure in reality I'm sure that ATS could accommodate road trains. But the game itself is just not designed for road trains, so it's just a little bit difficult. Right, so let's get back on our merry way to Louisiana. We stopped off at Denver, which was a great time for a bio break and a good excuse for us to add another garage to the profile. I just hope there's nothing coming because I can't see a hot damn thing, and I hope I've gone wide enough to drag these trailers out. Yeah, remember we have got torque but we haven't got speed. Okay, I think we've got away with that. There's a bit of damage on the tractor and the trailer, which is normal, but there's no damage on the load, which is what's important. So let's just have a look. So we're currently at Denver. We're going to head on right the way down to Colorado Springs. Right by there. Cripes, this is going to be... I might need to stop here to fuel and sleep. We'll see when we get there how we're doing for fuel. Oh, excuse me slurping, that coffee is divine. So if we don't stop at Colorado Springs, it's a hell of a long haul down to Raton, which there's a fuel stop here but no sleeps. In fact, I can't see any sleeps in Raton. So that's a hell of a drag. And the next sleep's here at Clayton. So we might have to push on through to Clayton. So that's our next stop, Clayton. I think we're doing okay for time. 13 hours 44 minutes to destination, 114 hours available on the job, which is fine. Look how that sky looks fantastic, doesn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. We'll piss the sat-nav off and go our own way.
Keep right, then turn right.
Let's go to a complete external view. Cut the cab out, and I'll drive for this like this for a while to allow you to enjoy the map rather than looking at the inside of a Peterbilt 579, which I'm sure you're all fully familiar with. We are packing an automatic gearbox. I need to go back in the cab for here. Yeah, I thought we turned left here. And I may have overshot the corner somewhat. Put us in a bit of soap and bubble, but the trailers will love it because it's nice and wide, so at least we shouldn't rip the front end off that Toyota. I think without a doubt this is the best build I've ever done by a country mile. And the reason I say that is we're actually using this build. We're actually playing it, people, rather than just building it, driving a couple of miles and then going off and doing something else. This is a dodgy turn. Can we go wide here? Yeah, we can. As long as that chab on the other side of the road doesn't decide to join us, we should be okay. So let's go to a full external view so Beck and everyone else can enjoy beautifulness, if that's the thing. That is an American truck. Is it realistic? No. Is it immersive? Hell yes. I don't like using the inside lanes because I always get told to move over in the Dover, just saying. So I tend to go in the middle lane when in doubt. It saves me going backwards and forwards. I think we're okay to getting over. We are. Let's get a speed up. I would go in cab just while I get the speed up then. Check the sat-nav. So we want to sit about 50 and make our way down to Colorado Springs. And I think I said Raton, didn't I, was the next sleeps. So, but it's a hell of a way. It's a hell of a drive. So, we'll just have to see how we get on. I think that's just about 50-ish, isn't it? More or less. And I think we stay on here. Oh, didn't want to press F4. I wanted to press number 4. There we go. So you can enjoy the map now rather than... Yeah, and here we go. We've got to get over at the Dover. Let's hope there's nothing at the side of us. Because we're in trouble if there is. Fortunately for us there wasn't. I was lucky. And I've no idea where this road goes or how it goes because I haven't got the sat-nav up. So... but nevertheless, I think it looks fantastic. Absolutely fecking gorgeous. And if you're used to your 155 plain pitch black night sky and the odd white dot, well, sucks to be you. Right, I'm just going to have a slurp of coffee. I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. Let's carry on down to Colorado Springs. mightily scared that that lane was just going to end. Luckily for us it didn't. Doesn't suck to be us. Man, I am absolutely loving this. This is what American Truck Simulator is all about, you know. It's not about the trucks or the loads, it's about just hooking up and enjoying the pants out of the game. And I still think it's one of the best value for money games on the planet ever. And I still think that SCS are an amazing software developer, and one which a lot of bigger software developers could learn one a hell of a lot from. You know, SCS do engage with the community. The updates are frighteningly regular. Even the older versions of this game still receive bug fix updates, and you know, it just gets better and better and better. And now you all know a little something about why I love American Truck Simulator as opposed to Euro Truck. Now don't get me wrong, I do have both games. I do have all DLCs for both games. Excuse me. I'm just fascinated, immersed with American Truck, whereas with Euro Truck it's a bit of a chore. Driving from London to Paris isn't anywhere near as exciting as driving somewhere in the US where I've never been in real life. Fountain, discovered fountain. I don't know what that planet's supposed to be. Is it supposed to be Neptune? Or maybe Jupiter? It's definitely not Saturn because that's got the rings around it. It's possibly, it could be Jupiter, you know. I'm not sure. I'm sure somebody in the chat will tell us if there's anybody still in the stream. So I think we'll aim for 3-hour streams, and then, you know, do kind of one-off 4 or 5 hour streams. But I think 3 hours actually, as I'm thinking about it, I think 4 hours is just a tad too long. I think 3 hours is a nice amount of time to be able to enjoy. Fall asleep and you miss most of the stream, well, you've only got 3 hours worth to sit through, haven't you? So we're now down to, we're fast heading sub 14 hours to destination, but again that's in game time. With this £153,000 worth of earth on the back, and I'm just loving it. I'm absolutely loving this. I hope you guys and girls are. And this really is my perfect game. This and the Farm Simulator is my perfect game. Don't get me wrong, I love MMOs, I love first person shooters. I just shit at them. Jupiter, I think, saw it last night in real life. Good for you. And thank you very much. At our age, I think not want to keep my memory. Dave, you could at least give her a little peck on the cheek as you walk by to the coffee percolator, just saying. Wouldn't hurt. And, gee, how are you today, honey? Oh, that coffee is so good. I see why in real life American truckers have a coffee percolator on the dashboard. Why the hell would you not? So good. Damn, that's so good. Oh, excuse me, I do apologise. So I think this is going to be over 2-3 hour streams. Probably going to use a good chunk of the second 3 hour stream as well. Don't forget we have got £153,000 on the back. And again, I think definitely for the World of Warships and definitely for Farm Simulator 3 hour streams. I guess Warframe will be fine at 3 hours, and if I take a break on the hour and a half mark for 5 minutes, I think that should be fine. I think we can sustain that without exhausting ourselves too much. But I have to say, I wish I could show you, but I can't. My love for this game is just unrivaled, unmatched. And there are many, many other games that I love. I just don't think any of them even come close to this. This is a great relaxing way to pass your time, rather than tear-arsing around ripping somebody's head off. I just think it's great, I really do. Don't get me wrong, I love my Warframe, I love World of Warship, World of Ships. I love them all to bits. I love the, the Farm Simulator, I love that to bits, but absolutely nothing, and I mean nothing, compares to this game. It's just fantastic. And I would imagine both this and Euro Truck Simulator 2 will be one of them games that just refuses to ever die. And it's not even a cottage industry or, a tiny dedicated fan base. I think SCS do such a good job of both games that it retains players really well. And doesn't bleed and leak players like a lot of games do. A lot of games are packed today and dead tomorrow. Whereas I think Euro Truck and American Truck are fairly consistent in the amount of people that play it on a regular basis. Even if you're a casual player, it's the perfect game to hop in and hop out of, with no pressure, no cash shop in your face. I think it's great. I think you've got it made. Right, I'll shut up a minute while I finish this coffee off. Enjoy the drive. Sorry, I was just looking at where our next potential sleep stop. I thought it might be Clayton, but it might be beyond that actually. We're certainly going to need another sleep, that is for sure. Let me just go back in cam. Man, this sky looks fantastic. Let me just check what we got. We've got 10 hours till next rest stop, and we've only got 12 hours, 12 and a half hours to destination. I reckon, hang on, let me just check. I reckon if we do a 3-hour stream, I reckon we can complete this journey in this one stream, which would be amazing. Hopefully the sound's alright. I've checked all the connections and everything says it's good. So I guess I won't know until it's processed and watched back on YouTube. But I'll check out the 2-hour mark on YouTube and see if the sound goes shitty or dodgy, which hopefully it won't.
In 200 yards, turn left.
Okay, we need to take a time here and try and go
Turn left.
as wide as we can on this junction to give the following trailer enough space. And there's vehicles coming that way as well. That's clear, but there's still vehicles coming. Well, let's hope he's bright enough to stop. How are we on fuel? We're good on fuel. We must have one. Excuse me. We must have one large set of fuel tanks on the map, just saying. Dalhart is 127 miles from here, so we're now off the freeway as such, and we're on the back road, so this will be interesting to see how Hektor the Peterbilt copes with a bit of road work as opposed to just all arsing it on the freeway. We've still got 70 mile an hour speed limit, which is good, so we should still be able to sit at 50. And I dread to think what sort of fuel economy we get in dragging this little lot around. I don't think it tells us, does it? No. So I'm guessing it's on the dashboard, and I'm not going to start farting around with the dashboard while I'm driving, because we'll end up with a disaster. But I'm guessing that fuel economy is going to be pretty ropey. 1.2 miles per gallon or something if we're lucky. But according to the dash display, we're good for fuel. So we'll just keep on trucking. And as I say, we'll be taking many different varied loads over the course of the streams, so there'll be plenty for you to enjoy, lots of variety, and we'll try and stick to Hektor the Peterbilt, and that will be the consistency. The trailers will be the variety. But I think the 3-hour target is ideal. I think that's a perfect length for all my future streams. Get a nice 3-hour done. Beautiful. So let's just have a quick look at where we are and where we're going. Wow, look at that progress. All in a single stream. That's where we started. And wow. We've come all the way down here. So we're currently between Ratton and Clayton, so we can bollocks it through Clayton and through Dalhart. And maybe we'll have a stop at Amarillo. Because it looks to me... Oh, now it's giving it me. Maybe we'll stop there for fuel and sleeps before we progress on. If indeed we need sleeps, we'll see what it's like when we get there. At least it is allowing us to mark the map now, which is nice. So we're not having to guess all the line, which is great. And to me, this is what American Truck is about. If you expect short 1 hour local deliveries, well, you're playing American Truck for. This is about living out in your cabin, enjoying and exploring the whole US and all its nuances and all its localisms. This is just... I hope we don't suddenly find a dead end or drop off the edge of the world. Because this is so good. I'm absolutely loving this to this. And I feel blessed that I've been given a second chance to do it. Excuse me, I really do. I feel very lucky. Right, I'll flip the shuck up and let you enjoy the drive. Yay, we made it. Raised into hamburgers now, raised hamburgers. It's even like stopping. That's a plan in itself, I'm just saying, because we can't just stop on a dime. We have to think about braking long before we want to stop. So the immersion's literally through the roof. So here we are at Clayton, and then we'll blast through Dalhart, around Dumbass. Hey dumbass. Where did we say we were going to stop? I can't even see it. Cripes, that's away. Childress. Wichita Falls. Oh my god, where did it say I was going to stop? Dallas. Well, just here. Amarillo, wasn't it? And we're at Clayton. So I think Amarillo's about right. Let me just check the chat. Well done, thank you. back to normal. Must have been my end. Yeah, that's great. As long as it's alright, Ben, that's all that matters. As I say, I had to check my end and it seemed to be fine. No major issues, everything was green and clean, so possibly your end, well hopefully it's your end and won't. Is that a garage there? It is, you know. Tempted, but we'll have to pick it up at a later stage. Because I want to push on to our next destination for that bed goes red. There's our beautiful Peterbilt and rivet trailers. We can, of course, purchase this trailer as a triple and a quad. £300,000 on the back. I don't know what on earth you pull that with. Christ, you need a push-pull setup. I mean, it's taking us all the time with a 700 brake cat under there and a specialised 6-speed torque box. It's 7-speed, I think 7-speed actually. So if we had £300,000 on the back, I'm guessing we wouldn't move at all. Cheese and rice. It's £55,000 seemed like a rookie load. So okay, we're at 50, let's whack the cruise on. And let's enjoy an external view of the map. Dawn starts breaking and the sun should be getting up real soon. And again, I think this map does a fantastic job of explaining the vastness of the United States. I think it does a terrific job. So it looks like we're coming into another town up ahead. I think this town is the one that we skirt around the outsides of. Oh, that's a nice double. Oh, it's not. I thought that was a double configuration trailer. Dalhart. Yeah. I think we just blast through Dalhart, don't we? I don't think we skirt around the outskirts. I think we just blast on through it. Okay, lights are on red. Speed limit's decreased. Make sure we're braking plenty early enough so we don't stick it up the arse of one of these trucks in front. Pull, little cat pull. We're good. We're very good. Through the middle of Dalhart, blast out the other side. Are you going to stay green? I'm guessing not. Yeah, of course you're not. Bar steward. So this is what your Dalhart looks like. Very generic, which is fine. I don't mind generic. Generic's fine. There's our beautiful truck and trailer. You guys like to call a rig. This is Dalhart, the centre of, and you know what, it looks fine. No, it's not SCS quality, but it's fine. It's good enough. Certainly good enough for what we want. Let's get our rig rolling. rig and roll. Sure, that's a game actually. So we say bye-bye to Dalhart. Get through these lights, which of course we can't. A bit more of Dalhart for you. More of our gorgeous rig. That sounds like a train. Somewhere. Where? It's over there. Over here. Well, considering none of this content exists in the world of SCS, you ain't doing bloody bad, just saying. There's a train track there, which fortunately isn't going to bother us. More bloody lights. Crimes. Well, I did think we were going to make progress on this stretch, but apparently not. 2 hours 17 minutes so far. So we'll see how long the stream's been running for when we get to our next destination. Then back up to 65, which is good. 75, we're still going to aim for 50, because I think that's a nice speed, not to wreck the truck and also fuel wise. And I think our stop should be pretty much spot on. You tend to get a good feeling for these things when you've been playing a game for a while. You tend to have a pretty good feel for where you want to be looking for your next stop. So what we got, 559 miles left, 5 hours, so just sub 6 hours already. 50, did I press the C key? I guess we'll find out if we start slowing down. Guess we did. Crab. Ebeez, you're a crab. 50, let's press the C key. Let's try and not go too far out of the lane and smash into something else. We need to get it over at the donut, because our lane is suddenly going to end. And there's the current bump coming up. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. There you go. So it's 7:19 now. We can actually, sure, we're allowed to knock the headlights off at 7 AM. Crime's not in the town.
Keep right, then turn right.
Yeah, not only another town, but one we've got to manoeuvre around. You know, in all fairness, this is absolutely blowing me away. I'm sure that's pronounced something like Dumas, but I prefer dumbass. Hey, dumbass. How are we for fuel? We're good still. We're not even under half a tank yet. So we don't need to stop here for fuel. We can fuel up at our major chosen stop. Crack on. Beautifully done, Ebeez, if I do say so myself. Look at that, absolutely stunning, gorgeous. I mean, what more do you want, really?
200 yards, turn right.
And you might might wonder why I'm veering out towards the middle of the road because we've got a right turn climb coming up.
Turn right.
And I want as wide a swing as I can procure. Nice Peterbilt there. I'm green and I'm ogling at the 389 across the road. Bloody typical. On Ebeez, wake up, get a grip. Get your shit together. Okay, we're back up to 75. Where the hell are we? We're just heading south of Dumbass. Then we've got Amarillo. Then Childress. Then Wichita Falls. Oh my god. Dallas. Where did we say we were going to stop? It was Amarillo, wasn't it? So I reckon that's going to be about right by the time we get to Amarillo. I think the bed's going to be getting pretty red by the time we get there. Man, this Peterbilt's doing us proud. Just saying. Good old Hektor. Hektor! Still remember Brad Pitt in Troy shouting that, Hektor! Hector must be thinking, oh shite, here we go. Now the real Achilles to fight. Well, I've loved it. I hope you guys and girls have loved it. And I hope you're all happy with the new format. I'm sure you'll let me know if you're not. But I think 3-hour sessions are ideal. Maybe 4 stretching it a bit. I think 3 hours are nice chunk for you guys and girls to watch. I think it's a manageable chunk for me to do. And I think it gives them absolutely ample time to showcase whatever game we're showcasing, which in this case is American Truck Simulator.
In 200 yards.
Left.
Turn left. Turn left.
And don't forget we've got £153,000 on the back of Earth. So this is Amarillo to me. Fantastic. Took that up wrong. Good job there wasn't traffic on the other side of the road. Otherwise we'd have been in a bit of soap bubble. I think Amarillo's going to be bang on, you know, because that bed's filling up pretty darn quick, and although it says we've still got 6 hours left, that 6 hours will disappear in a heartbeat, don't worry about that. And I think Amarillo's a good place for us to refuel as well, so you can refuel and get a rent down, and then we'll complete the journey in the next stream, which I'll, if I've not done already, I'll schedule. It will be a 3-hour stream. Again, I'll try and make all the streams 3 hours in length-ish. For your pleasure, no matter what game we're streaming. Sure, this game knows when you're getting ahead of steam what you know. It goes, no, yeah. Flick the lights to red and back you down, big boy. We'll have a bit of that. Safely across the lights without getting fined. We do have full immersion on, so fines are on, sleeps are on, and everything else is on, so you know we do have to be a little bit careful. If we get a lapse in concentration or a bit of lapse-a-daisy, then we're going to pay the price for that, for sure. And as I say, I have adjusted and tweaked the braking so we can't just stop on a dime like in the Nelly game. We have to plan well ahead when we're going to brake, where we want to stop, how much stopping distance we've got available to us and all the rest of it. Oh, that's not a left lane, is it? Oh my word, oops. I nearly pulled into that. These are going to have to wait while we swing it round. Beautifully done, Ebeez. Even though I say so myself, I'll blow sunshine on my own arse. Check that out. Check it. Just check it out. I mean, really. Are we coming right here? We are. Don't you wish your ATS looked like this? Wow, I certainly do. Just saying. Just check, because I thought we were stopping here. Well, I think we were supposed to stop at Amarillo, weren't we? And for some reason, the one marker got took off, because we were going to stop at Amarillo. Oh well, the next one is Childress, and we can sleep here. So let's see if it remembers that. Maybe I inadvertently took it off. Maybe it's my fault. But anyway, we'll crack on. We've got enough time, both in the stream and in game. We are going to eat them 6 hours up really quick, and that bed is going to be red like a mother trucker. Don't worry about that. That's what worries me. Absolutely in the freaking middle of nowhere. Vast open spaces. That is the United States of America. How freaking exciting is this? Awesome. Just awesome. Just mind-blowingly good. Nova. We've got enough oomph to make it up Nova. Which hopefully we have. Yeah, we have. We've got the oomph. Although maybe the bridge builders and engineers were kind. It was a super steep incline that went on forever. Let's go external. Okay, man. Yeah, on the one hand you can sit there and say, well, you're looking at nothing, Ebeez. On the other hand, you can just enjoy the beauty of the vastness of the United States of America. Oh man, that is so good. So what time is it? 9:24 AM. That's right. We're doing well. So how quick that bed's filling up. So it's down to 5 hours already. It's heading for sub 4 hours before we need to sleep. So that bed's going to go red pretty darn quick. And we need to make it to the next stop before that bed turns red. And we'll also have a good fuel up and get our heads down before the start of the next stream, when we'll carry on to the destination. But I think more journeys like this are definitely warranted. And as I say, I'll try and take as many different cargoes as I can for your edification, as well as using some of our own trailers. We'll use the freight market trailers. Hell, we can even do some agency jobs if it floats the boats. But I want to use Hektor as much as I can to try and pile that mileage on there. Why not? Why the heck not? Second all. Oh. There we go, that's better. Let's crack on. Oh, this is so gorgeous. Just beautiful. I don't know whether the game would take your breath away like this one does. Just stunning. Oh, well, we can't mount too much, can we? It's our first way station in the whole journey, so I'm guessing we can't really bitch and whine that much. But I do want to make it on to our next stop. So we'll get this little weighbridge sorted, and then we'll make our way onward. If these guys decide to let us go with a combined weight of 240,000 odd pounds, 245,606 pounds is our gorgeous rig. I'm guessing you don't see a rig like this pass through here every day. Just saying. Let's proceed onward and ever upward. Well, hopefully not upward, you know. We do have traffic. I think we're clear. So, is this the, hopefully this is Childress, this is the town we need to stop at. Let's just have a look on the map. And we turn right and there's the bed, lovely. We'll have a bit of that. So here we are in Childress, and then we need to fuel upwards with got our Uncle Ned down. Oh, what a fabulous stream this has been. Thank you ever so much everybody for your company. I've absolutely loved it. And I hope we have many, many more. Let me just check the chat. Are you back now? Welcome back, Dave. Big Dave. Dave. Okay. Let's go and find this bed. It'd be nice if it was a garage. We could buy it. Not that I've got a garage fetish. So I have. I'd rather buy garages than trucks, just saying. and Childress. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. A bit of IRL. So, got to find this bed in Childress. And we've also got to weigh up whether we need to dump the trailers or whether... Oh God, we'll have to stop. I'm not going to make it on this load on the back. Whether we're going to park the trailers and kit, or whether we can take the trailers in. If it's a garage, tidbits down there, we could take it in. Perhaps I have to say this just stupid. I have to say, people, I think we've done a pretty darn good job of this game. And it does peeve me a bit that we're not on 155, and it does peeve me that we've not got access to all SCS content. But when the game is this pleasurable, it's a no-brainer, really, isn't it? Just saying. And I will get to the chat very shortly. I think we take the next ride.
Keep right, then turn
Yeah, I
right.
thought so.
Turn right.
But I'm so happy and so glad I actually did this build. Oh, is that a motel? Even better. I thought it might be a garage, and it's a motel. If I remember right, we can sleep on the front. If I remember right, I could be wrong. Oh diggity, no, looks like I'm wrong. Well, that's okay. More than one way to kill a cat and stuff its throat with strawberries. Okay, let's drop the trailers. And I hope they're still here when we wake up. Parking brake is engaged. You're still driving. It tells you the power underneath our body. Just, oh, no. Steer, big boy, steer. Smack into your own trailer. Oh, okay, so we can just randomly sleep here. Damn, that truck was good. Okay, let's have our sleep break. Let's get it done. Let's get it done, people. So 8:41 PM, so again it's going to be another night drive, unfortunately. But I guess that's the downside of having immersion. Well, actually, wait a minute. I've got 94 hours left. Actually, we could have double sleeps and we could have an early morning drive. There we go. There we go. And I'm guessing we've still got stacks of time. Now we've got 14 hours until the next required sleeps, which should be plenty of in-game hours for us to complete this journey. Where am I going, really? Reverse Ebeez. Mind the lamppost somewhere. You see, don't just stop on a dime, which I absolutely love. And it all these little tweaks all add up to the immersion and the absolute pleasure of driving in this game. Okay, so we're currently in Childress. Some of these bad boys up. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to do a hard save
Please
here.
proceed to highlighted route.
Because I think it's the first hard save that we've done. I could be wrong, of course. Oh, really? So we're currently at Childress, and where have we got to go? Well, we've still got a good old way for the next live stream down to Alexandria. We really have. It's a good old way. I don't think it's as far as what we've already done. But it's a nice old stretch for the next live stream. Let me just check how long the live stream. 2 hours 45. So we're not done, are we? I am partial to your power naps. Also, you know, I've a bit more than a power nap, so I'll lose half a freaking day. Just saying. So there we go, everybody. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll enjoy the new format of the 3-hour-ish streams. I hope it will give everybody enough chance to pop in and enjoy the content, and I hope if you watch it back as a video, it's good enough quality. Thanks very much for your company. I've absolutely loved it. Much love to each and every one of you, and I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers, everybody. Much love.